Welcome to Sports Betting Illuminated, where we play with the house and not against it. I'm your host, Ariel Miller, author of Sports Betting Illuminated, an AI-powered path to profit. Good morning. It is so lovely seeing you here. Super James, you are definitely in the front row. You got the best seats in the house. Hello, Chuck Science. I know, so odd not seeing him here this morning, but I hope he's sleeping in and having a good rest. You know, if you're not here this morning with me, I hope you are sleeping well. Good morning, David, and happy birthday! It is so wonderful seeing you on here while it's your birthday, celebrating with you, and yes, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday, and thanks so much for joining me on this very special day. I'm so glad you decided to stop in. Hey Spencer, Ken Leo, it's so nice seeing you here. Derek, good morning. It's so wonderful seeing you all here, getting our morning started right with some wagers. I got my coffee here. It is looking beautiful, right? I was like iced coffee this morning all the way because it's getting a little hot outside, but it's still really nice. Actually, this room was like freezing, my studio, when I first came in here this morning. I was like, oh, it's so cold. No, but it's good. It's good. All right, well, we have some wagers to win today. We have a lot to get started with, and wow, it is just so nice being back with you guys. Yeah, I know, last week we didn't have a Saturday show because I was out of town, and you know what, now we're all back again here, and it's really exciting. Ooh, I like that. All right. So, I like that you laddered that Padres pick. That was an easy win yesterday. I mean, that was a complete layup. When I saw the Padres line moving and I saw all the money there, it was hitting every single metric. That was almost too easy, wasn't it? That Padres run line. I mean, what a layup. Seriously. Now, that is the perfect example of a play just hitting every single one of my parameters, but it almost felt a little too easy, didn't it? There were a lot of WNBA games yesterday, and I was looking at betting on some of them, but you know, part of me was wanting to hold back, just because it looked like even though some of them could have developed, I just don't like having days where it's, you know, there's lots of plays, but then you end up making maybe 6 bets and then 4 of them lose. Like, I didn't want to be reckless, so I did just end up staying away from the WNBA, but I did have another play last night, and that was another, I mean, this was predictable. This is pretty predictable. Now, I was looking at the metrics for the Twins, and it did look like, you know, maybe something could develop, but let's not forget, I mean, they just traded 40% of their team away. The Twins did. Oh, I love that. I love when you guys are enjoying some of these wins, sending me some things from my wish list. It's just so thoughtful. I really appreciate it, honestly. Like, I love when you guys are winning with me and we can all celebrate together, and reciprocity is kind of like the culture that I'm trying to build here. Like, I'm a really reciprocal person, and I really love when you guys are thinking of me as well, seriously. And I'd love for all of you to tell your friends and your family as well about the free daily emails. They go out every single day. It's free. It's got these amazing picks of the day that all y'all are winning. I mean, seriously. We've been crushing these plays of the day. We've been on a hot streak. And so I would just love for more people to hear about it, sign up for it, go to arielcalista.com, click on the stay in touch button, and if you're feeling extra generous, please check out my wish list. I love that. Thank you. So back to where I was. Yeah, so the Twins, they traded 40% of their team away. And I just knew like that was kind of looking like it was going to be pretty like a shitty game. And yeah, so I ended up playing the under because I just knew there weren't going to be a lot of runs scored. I even adjusted it a little bit to under 6.5, and yeah, that game just went totally under. I mean, logically, I knew what was going to happen there. I mean, first of all, you have this big shakeup, going on. But then, I mean, even the team playing against them is kind of feeling bad about playing against this decimated team. So it just seemed like it was going to be low scoring. And in situations like this, which we've seen in the past baseball seasons, these games are low scoring about 90% of the time. So really, I was just kind of following past metrics and also understanding what is going on here dynamically that, other people might not be accounting for. Hey, Super Pro, so nice seeing you here today. Thanks, Took Science. You are on Substack and you've been checking out some of these amazing articles. I'm going to dive into it a little bit more later in a 2-minute drill and really tell you guys what's been going on Substack, because this is a huge growing community. I would love for more people to check out my Substack, which is arielcalista.substack.com. You could get all of my articles there. But 2 different writers actually mentioned me. I woke up this morning and noticed 2 prolific sports writers who have been in the industry forever. These people are incredibly intelligent, talented, and they've literally they're making you can make a decent living off of Substack when you have thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers, not to mention paid subscribers. And also really big shout out to everyone who decided to become a paid subscriber on my Substack and support my work and my writing. I love that. And these big, writers out there, they have these huge audiences, and it's really where people go who want, the intelligent take on the sports, not the flashy, I'm gonna go make my TikTok reel with my, suitcase full of cash. I'm gonna, fill up a bathtub with all this cash, even though you're, looking at these bills and you're like, that's not even a real $100 bill, whatever. That's just me. I've been around enough influencers in California and in Vegas. I know how they do things, it's not all what it seems online. But, to be on Substack where you actually have substance and intellect, and it's just been incredible, really connecting with some of these powerful writers out there like Neil Payne and Jeff Vogel, and seeing my articles and, seeing my work mentioned has been truly extraordinary, because getting together with other great minds creates the powerful sports betting community that doesn't exist out there right now. I mean, I see a lot of flash, I see a lot of hype. You could go to any sports website in the world and they're gonna boast about their top 10 handicappers that have been, they went, 8-2 or whatever. And you see that all the time, but, they never post their ROI over time, over multiple seasons. But I would, of course, love some more accountability. But truthfully, that's on Substack. That's where it is where all these really smart people are hanging out. Well, yeah, Jeff asked for my help, especially because I am, what a lot of people don't understand is I am in AI and machine learning. I'm taking this seriously. I'm going to school for it. I have already completed my bachelor's degree, and now I'm pursuing my master's and PhD in AI and machine learning. So, when it comes to actually creating these, Monte Carlo simulations, or if I need to write in Python, NumPy, and Pandas, I understand how to use these libraries, how to use Seaboard to create visuals of my data and graphs, and you know, I mean, these are all things that I've, you know, actually learned in school. So, you know, when people are asking me like, hey, can you put together some numbers for me? I would love to learn a little bit more. It's like, yeah, I can teach you. And I will actually be posting even like my code so you guys could see a little bit more behind the scenes on Jeff Fogel's in the comment on his article. So if you guys do want to go check it out and, you know, actually see, like, dive into some of my work, I'm excited for you to do so. I know Super James has already seen like a lot of what I can do, especially working on a sports wagering course together. And it has been so wonderful getting all of his input, especially when it's like coming to spreadsheets and code. And there's just a lot here that the sports wagering course that I'm going to be bringing to you guys. That's more than just, it's like the book here, but like on steroids. But of course it goes hand in hand with the book, so reading it together just makes sense. Yeah. You could see that happening, Super Pro. I mean, yes, how many influencers have we already seen do that on Instagram or on TikTok? And it's like, it's just so basic. I don't know. I feel like it's a little overplayed. Thank you, Noel. I appreciate all of the hearts this morning. You are getting a sneak peek. More than a sneak peek. You are diving right into the course, like head first into the deep end, and I love it. I know, Super James, if you want to contribute a chapter on picking exact scores, I am so down. And I love like listening to everything that you're writing about, you know, those spreadsheets and how like back in the day, you know, especially back when computers were really new, you didn't want the computer to have to do like all of the heavy computations. But now, I mean, in today's day and age, you know, I mean, when I'm creating my large language models, you know, I'm creating like literally like a 500 dimensional space with like vectors and everything like on my computer, and it's incredible to see that. So, you know, now like the computation power is unreal, what we're able to do with AI and machine learning. You'll take a push, then a L. For real, I feel that. Wow, 9 on the nose. That's great. That's great. We have been doing really well. Be a short chapter titled Bingo. I would love to see that. Bingo! And this is how I win. All right, just to give you a rundown before we get started, because wow, we just had a lot to talk about here. I did want to say my current ROIs for the season, we have been doing better this baseball season than we have in any of our previous seasons. I mean, this is our third season in baseball, like really tracking this heavily, you know, like doing this every single day. And oh my God, our current Major League Baseball ROI, I mean, and we're deep into the season at this point, is 41.6%. We have a 68.4% win rate. And so far, I've played 212 units this baseball season. So doing pretty good, starting off really strong with a 41.6% ROI. That is the highest return on investment of any baseball season that we've had, like, ever. I mean, seriously, I have all of my numbers. 2023, our Major League Baseball season was 34.2%. I'm looking at 2024, our Major League Baseball ROI was 25.7%. And this year, to have an ROI of 41.6%, with a 68.4% win rate is just absolutely mind-boggling. And this year, you guys already know, has been one of the toughest run line seasons yet. So, I mean, we are really just picking our spots. We are being selective, and we are achieving these high ROIs. As you guys know, I'm not playing a ton of games. I made 2 bets yesterday. 2 bets. That's it. Some days I don't make any bets. So by being selective, you know, it's not about how much you bet, how often you bet, but you could place higher, you know, higher unit wagers, I guess, you know, higher unit wagers on more selective bets that you feel very confident on, and that's how you start increasing your bankroll. Yeah, less run lines than ever. I barely even heard the words run line whisper from you guys this year because I have been playing so few run lines. It has been a little crazy. All right, Thomas. Yeah. So, I mean, but hey, better than a loss. That's for sure. 350 units or more by the end of the season. Oh yeah, of course. We have a lot of betting to still do, so I'm excited about that. Alrighty. So now that we've covered this, let's talk about my WNBA ROI. Right now in the WNBA, I know we started off a little bit rocky. We were hanging around the 10% ROI, which of course is still great. It still puts us at the professional level of handicapping in the professional league in Vegas. But now we're sitting at a 38.6% ROI in the WNBA. We have a 71.9% win rate, and so far we have been selective. We've only played 58 units. But we've picked our spots and we built our ROI right up, and look at us go. I love it. I love it. But seriously, like, you don't get these returns from anything else out there. Not like the stock market, not, you know, like these, you know, investment accounts. We're doing that here every single day with sports betting. And I tell people all the time, you have to understand how to play with the house, because otherwise you're just guessing, you know, and I play with the house, and that's why I've been so profitable. I mean, even before I was even that deep into sports, like understanding game theory, Nash equilibrium, how to play with with the house, that is so essential. And then knowing the players, knowing the props for the players, you know, for me personally, all that comes after. But the first part is playing with the house and understanding when the house is taking a position on a game versus when they aren't. And that's what I try to teach you guys every day with my free daily emails. I mean, I know a lot of you have been tracking these lines along with me. A lot of you take the email and continue tracking the line throughout the day, and then you make your own plays, and it's worked out really well for a lot of you. So I love hearing that. Like, I love hearing everyone improve, because that's how we all grow as a community. And you know, there's too many people out there just, you know, not making any analysis at all, and, you know, going with whatever their gut instinct feels like. And, you know, there's a way to, you know, have analysis and still have fun at the same time, you know, have a strategy and still have fun. After all, players aren't going out there without a strategy. They do have a strategy, and you know what? They have a fun time playing the game, and so do we. Alrighty. Now, I realize I have not even talked about the strain of the day yet. Alright, somebody sent me this electric watermelon Skittles after I was smoking the watermelon Skittles strain on the last stream. Love getting weed. This is a nice little strain between Watermelon Z Skittles and Electric Lemon G. This is like a really rare, like hard to find strain. But you know, boutique cultivators grow it, and it's like sweet watermelon candy. It tastes like that with like a citrusy, like kind of lemony zest at the end. So I like it. I like it. I'm gonna be smoking it on air. Definitely a little tropical cocktail with a little bit of a bite. So sit back, relax, get your minds right to win some wagers. I should have got a pickle in that coffee. Oh my god. Oh no, you got capped on your wager amounts because of me? Seriously, that's the one thing I worry about for you guys is like, for me personally, I have not gotten any promotions, any, odds boosts, they don't ever send me any push notifications anymore at the sportsbook. Never. They want me to forget it even exists on my phone because, so you have to be a little selective. You have to try, maybe you could go into some prediction markets if the sportsbooks are capping capping your limits, because prediction markets are, a lot more like peer-to-peer oriented, so you're not really even playing against the sportsbook at that point. You're just playing against other people. And really, I mean, we've seen like in Nevada, Closhie, the court case, what's happened there, and it does seem like these peer-to-peer markets are just going to continue to grow. I mean, I know there was a little bit of a setback in a recent Maryland case, but I think it's just going to keep growing from here. So prediction markets, if you are being limited by the sports books, there are ways around it. You could go to overseas. There are some very, selective high level books which will take your money, but they don't really even advertise. So, but I'm sure you would have no problem getting in because you're a well-known handicapper. But prediction markets as well, that's like a new thing that's going on, and it's very interesting, really interesting, especially because it's kind of like the wild, wild west right now. You could bet on anything. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I am always judging these ads on TV, and they have some great ads. All right, I'm getting my mind right to win some wagers. All right. Oh, that was a strong hit. Good stuff though. I love it. Okay, I know what you're saying, Super James. Definitely a little bit of a magazine look. I love it. Alrighty. So, let's talk about some of these games that are going on. Of course, there's the WNBA. You know what? Like, before we get into this 3 o'clock game, you know what really pisses me off? They had 5 games yesterday. 5 games. And 4 of them were literally being played at the same time. Now it's a Saturday and they have one game all day. That's it. And 5 games yesterday. 4 of them are at the same time. Like, I'm sure most of the WNBA people who are watching this aren't just wanting to watch one game, but they want to see their other favorite players on another team. Like, like what if you like both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese? Like, unless they're playing each other because of how crappy the scheduling is, you could only watch like one game at a time. And it just really, really like pisses me off because the WNBA has so much potential right now. Everybody wants to watch the WNBA. I see like dudes that look like truckers that, are sitting at Cracker Barrel that are watching the WNBA on their phone so intensely that like everybody's watching the WNBA right now. It's not just women, like all these guys are watching it, and I feel like why aren't we at least having a schedule where people could actually watch and enjoy all of the games? I'm so confused. Exactly, Super James. Yeah, that could be a new segment. You know what pisses me off? Except like, oh boy. I don't think you guys want to see me go on a tangent. That would be a long segment. So yeah, I just think, what is going on with the WNBA scheduling? I wish I could just get in there and fix it. I could have my AI fix it, but you know, there are certain people out there, like on this planet in America, that are just so good with schedules, that have like a natural, innate talent for scheduling everything perfectly so that everybody is happy. There are people out there with this real skill set. It's a skill set. And there's people that are trained in this. So why are we just, I don't know, just throwing a schedule at the freaking wall and hoping it sticks? I don't understand it at all. All right, let's talk about the one WNBA game today, after 4 of them are being played at the same time yesterday. The Lynx versus Aces. This is a 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern game, and the Aces spread. I've been watching this, you know, things have been moving a little bit. I have been keeping my eye on this. It does look like things are starting to move in the right direction. For the Aces, I saw this go from plus 200 to plus 165, but I also see on both sides, like, a lot of sharps are coming in as well. Yeah, it's a great day for a great day. Nice to have you here, Brian. And yeah, it's the WNBA is just so random. It makes me so angry. So what's interesting about this, Lynx Aces game is that first a lot of sharps came in on the Lynx, but then it kind of flipped. And then a lot of sharps started piling on Vegas. This line has been bouncing around a bit on the spread, but I mean, I have seen this money line move, and I don't know. It is interesting how things are, kind of bouncing around a little bit, but also it does seem like, this money line is moving in the right direction for the Aces. It is just a little weird though how the sharp money started off pretty early on Minnesota and then quickly flipped. So not entirely sure how I feel about that one. I think I'm just gonna watch for now. We still have a bit of time until the game. But yeah, I just think it's interesting how sharps came in on both sides. That is funny. 420 to 1. I know, we haven't seen him here this morning. Alrighty. So I think this is going to be a fun game to watch, but truthfully, just handicapping is a little weird because sharp money did come in on both sides of this game. So, I don't know. Weird. Definitely weird. Especially watching the spread bounce around a little bit, but the money line kind of seems to be moving in the right direction for the Aces. We'll see. Let's just keep our eyes peeled here. Alrighty. Let's talk about Major League Baseball since there's only one WNBA game. By the way, guys, football is almost here. Who's excited? I am! And college football is also here. I wanted to show you guys, these are some of the beads that I just ordered in. Gosh, they don't look like anything on camera, oh my god. But they're so pretty. They're so sparkly. So these are some of the beads that I ordered in. I don't know if you guys watch Love Island, but, like Chris on Love Island, he had, like, all these bracelets with, like, these, like, exact, like, beads, pretty much. Except I'm gonna take the beads and I'm going to make it into silvery jewelry. And these beads are actually going to be going down to the University of Texas at Austin. I'm so excited. Texas Longhorns. So yeah, the center on the team there is, you know, his mom is going to start wearing some of these bracelets and start circulating some of these bracelets in with like the moms groups at, you know, the University of Texas football team, and, you know, getting people to start learning about far infrared and how you can wear this wearable health technology. And now, I mean, I already am seeing far infrared showing up in stores. Like, I went to Kohl's the other day and I saw like far infrared pants like on the rack, and I was like, whoa, okay, like they're actually advertising far infrared pants, but it was using the ceramic nanotiles. Like, I know that technology's been around for years, and I have the technology to infuse far infrared into glass and crystal. So that's how I'm able to make my bracelets and, you know, my beautiful far infrared jewelry. Always wearing it, of course. And I also love when I see like people putting it on their pets, because the pets, it's like, you know, if you have any doubt, like, does it work? It's like, you know, immediately with the pets, like immediately within 24 hours, like within even hours, literally your pets will be like showing you that they're feeling better, you know, because obviously they can't, like, I mean, unless you have a parrot, they can't really tell you, but but you'll see it in their body language and their actions, and it's incredibly powerful, and it has the same healing benefits for you. That's why I want everyone to wear far infrared. I mean, but especially like if you're playing football, you're getting injured, your body is taking a beating, so having a far infrared necklace on helps. Having far infrared bracelets on your wrists, that helps. I mean, seriously. And if it works for your pets, it's working for you. And it's exciting. It's exciting to see, you know, that, you know, people at the University of Texas, you know, hopefully you'll see this on Manning, a bracelet of mine. So we'll see what happens here, but it's really exciting, and I can't wait to share with you some of the news, send you some pictures when it all happens, and yeah, exciting stuff over here. All right, let's dive into some Major League Baseball. Ah, yes, you like the A's today. Interesting. You wear the beads. Yeah, I love it. I know you have some soul ray jewelry of your own. I know a few people on here do, you know, and it's also a great gift. So I love when I see you guys gifting it to your family, to your friends. It's wonderful. Seriously, I feel like it's also like an expression of you, as well as, you know, being healthy and being healing, and it's also expressive. So yeah, guys, hit me up. Seriously, write to me if you want some custom soul ray jewelry. Like, it's all handmade, crafted in the US, of course, by moi. So let me know. Major League Baseball, let's dive right on in. You like the A's. Interesting. Let me take a look at this line. It was not on my radar this morning, but let's see what's going on here. You know, some of these lines have been moving. Obviously, everything's moving pretty fast now that it's Saturday, it's 11:30. Like, people on the West Coast are starting to wake up. The sharps are starting to come in. You bet the Tigers too? Interesting. All right. Let's look at some of these lines, because, you know, there is some stuff that I would like to see move a little bit more. I'm looking at the Tigers right now. Run line's currently sitting at -1.5, plus 170. And it opened up at -1.5, plus 155. I do see a bit of mixed money here at this very moment on the Tigers run line. So for me, at this moment, in my opinion, it's a little, you know, kind of a coin flip here for me. Just because the line is kind of I don't like seeing it move from plus 150 to plus 170, and just a lot of mixed money going on here. So not my personal play, but I'd love to hear your angle for sure. And then you like the A's today as well. Man, the A's are, I feel like the A's always let me down. Does anyone else feel that way? No, that's just me personally having my own beef. So I do see for the A's, this is interesting. Right now, it doesn't really look like there's a lot of agreement in the sports books. Some places have this line at -1.5, plus 162. Other established spots have this at plus 1.5, minus 185. So it looks like it is definitely flipping around a little bit right now. It opened up, the A's opened up at plus 1.5, minus 175. And now I see it, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one for me. I do see a bit of money showing up on the run line, but I just don't really see the sportsbook moving too much at this moment. They're not really taking a position. They're just, especially because so many of these established sportsbooks are just kind of flip-flopping on this line right now, it does make me a little bit nervous. Oh wait, that new closer. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, exactly. I mean, so there is that dynamic of like, you know, people will be excited. So definitely something to account for as you're looking at these lines. You know, a lot going on here. Some of the early games I wanted to look at as well, the Dodgers versus Tampa Bay Rays. This is a 1:00 p.m. Eastern game. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. Like that was, yeah, I was watching that as well, and I was like, wow, this guy is for real. And you know, I mean, it's cool when you really start seeing a team rally. So, you know, take that into account for like betting today. Exactly. Okay, so this Dodgers versus Rays game. This is a 1:00 p.m. Eastern game, and I have been watching this Rays money line. It opened up at plus 115, and it moved to even money. Now, there's level 1 money on Los Angeles Dodgers. So it is interesting that this money line is moving in the right direction for the Rays and against the money on the Dodgers. So that is looking like a little bit of Joe money going on, and I do think that they might potentially even move this money line to minus 105, minus 110 pretty soon. So that's funny. That is pretty interesting. So, you know, keep your eye on this because this is moving. This game is, yeah, just about an hour away. And I do see this potentially moving to minus 105. I don't know how much longer it'll hold this money line at even money. But it is interesting how it is moving against some of the Los Angeles money. It's moving, you know, the sportsbook is moving us in one direction and the money is coming in on the other side. Has not quite risen to a level of a play yet for me. So just something to keep your eye on for now. And let's just see how this line moves. Let's see how this money moves as well, because let's not forget, like some people are still like waking up and exactly, super G. Super pro. I mean, exactly. It's like shaking a money tree. Yeah, I mean, ooh, horizontal pinstripes. Yeah, I mean, the Phillies blue uniforms last night. What do you guys think about it? I thought they were different. I mean, it was refreshing. What do you guys think? I would love all of your inputs on this because, you know, I don't have like a super strong input here, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? what they won't do to sell jerseys. Yeah, well, I mean, I mean, for sure, it's a New Jersey look, and I think a lot of people might be interested in buying it, checking it out. Um, I thought it was interesting how they started incorporating like yellow, like it was just like a little hint of yellow into their jersey. What do you guys think about that? It was like almost like a blue black gradient with like a hint of yellow, and I thought it was a little odd because there's no like I've never seen yellow. Like I don't associate yellow with like Phillies. So that was I don't know. What do you guys think about that? But I did kind of like the gradient look. I was like, okay. I almost felt like their font was like a little like kind of old school, maybe like Metallica looking. I don't really know. But it was interesting. Interesting to see the new uniforms. Yeah, okay. Any thoughts on the Cubs? I mean, look at this game. They're, I was really looking at the total in this game, but let's just see if there's anything else developing. I do see that the Cubs run line is sitting at -1.5. It's sitting at even money right now. It literally opened up at this spot as well, which is interesting. I see a bit of money coming in on the Cubs, but it just doesn't seem like Vegas is too interested in moving this line. It's exactly where it opens, like on the dot. So that's interesting, but I like the under here too, Tyler. Oh, that's your thought. You don't like the Red Sox, like yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Wait. I'm like, is Spencer still on the podcast? Shout out. I know that's like your like main username. Yeah, okay, so you're saying that the Orioles suck, so the Cubs do look better, but the under. Okay, so Tyler is taking the under. I was leaning towards the under as well. It opened up under 8, -105. Then it went to under 7.5, -112. Um, and yeah, it's still just kind of sitting under 7.5, even against the level 3. Oh my God, guys, this is a little weird. I just want to let you know of a recent development. Oh, I'm glad you heard that. I was like, are you still here? Okay, I want to let you know of a recent development. So this was sitting under 7.5, -112. Now some solid sports books have already moved it to -115. Other places have moved it to -125. And I'm talking about like established long time Vegas sports books have already moved this to under 7.5, -125. Now, considering all of the money that is going on over here, I just think it's really interesting how like Vegas is adjusting, this line. So, they're really trying to discourage people from taking the under. And all of this action is already happening on the over. We know that Vegas isn't trying to balance the line here. It looks like Vegas is taking a position on this underplay. So kind of interesting. I would definitely keep your eye on this one, but it does look like this is developing pretty strongly, honestly, against a lot of this over money. So, oh no, no thumbs up here, guys. Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let's leave thumbs ups on whether you're on Rumble or Twitch or Kick or YouTube. It does help in the algorithm. So I really love when you guys like give a thumbs up, when you share the stream with people. Yeah, just it really does help like boost me along in the algorithm, even though I don't really exactly know how the algorithm works. I don't think anyone does unless you're the one creating it. I don't know. Um, And, all right, so it does look like that under is starting to develop with that Orioles versus Cubs game. Pretty interesting. Oh no. Yeah, I hope it's not arthritic fingers. And if you do have arthritic fingers, let me help you cure that with some far infrared. How about that? Would that work? I'll send you some jewelry. You can enjoy some bracelets. And sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out what is going on with some of my music. It's not exactly playing in the background, but I would love for you guys to enjoy some tunes, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so let's look. Okay, let's take a hit of cannabis and then we're going to dive into the 2-minute drill. Sometimes you just gotta refresh with some cannabis, and I know, right? Well, I was able to just do some quick fixes, get the music back up and running. Yeah, just kind of chill vibes here. All right, so I really wanted to talk to you guys about the new article that Jeff Vogel just wrote and how he featured my work in his latest Substack. He called it a misled market theory, and you guys could all read this article. Just go to figure it out sports betting .substack.com. You could just look up Jeff Vogel on Substack as well, and it's pretty easy to find him just because he, truly does have, thousands of followers from within the sports wagering community, and he's a very smart guy, like really. So a lot of people follow him and subscribe and, read his thoughtful analysis. So his newest article is called The Misled Market Theory. Maybe this is why old school dog lovers have survived. That was part of the caption as well. So basically, he asked me to, using some of my AI machine learning code writing knowledge to build a Monte Carlo simulation to model 2 clone leagues with 16 teams. And one of them was a 15-game season. These are identical teams, neutral site games, and of course, using a random seed, so for reproducibility. And then I looked at a 150 game season. So this is the same setup, but obviously you get a much larger sample size. Oh, Super James, thank you so much for linking it in the chat. Right there. Let me turn down some of the music. Now it's a little too loud. You guys are you guys still enjoying it? Okay, so the results showed exactly, like what, of course, we predicted, with a short season of only 15 games. I did run 1,000, simulations, and in a short season, with only 15 games, the random noise creates these fake elite teams, so they'll go like 11-4, and then also these fake bottom teams, which are going 4-11. But when you have a longer season with 150 games, the standings do compress more towards the center, but of course there are still some misleading outliers that always happen, but it really is like the normal curve when you look at it. So I'm going to just show you the histogram right here for, like basically modeling this. So this is the 15 games and sorry, I'm just trying to figure everything out on screen while I'm looking at it. And this is 150 games. So you could see, using, the Seaborn library, I was able to plot this visually on Google Colab. Just so, and I have a public link so that anyone could go and view my code and also run it for themselves. So I will be commenting that under his post. So if you guys want to learn, like, is she even a real like AI person? Just go check it out. And then this as well. This was interesting. Yeah, so you could see like the win percentage. So 15 games versus 150 games over here. So just wanted to show you guys visually with some charts on what I'm able to create, what I'm able to look at, and then obviously putting it into charts for visuals is key. And it's just really nice being able to connect like the world of AI, coding, machine learning into the old world. Like, I don't know, I almost want to say like in a way it's kind of a boys club of sports betting and professional sports handicapping. There are a lot of women like in the sports handicapping regulation space, like regulatory oversight, things like that. But not like a ton of gamblers. And I am a true gambler because, I do this every day. I post my picks every day. And more than that, like I do have a proven ROI that you've seen consistently. The daily report goes out every single day. I mean, before I lost my TikTok account over and over and over again, oh my God. I was posting videos every day before the game. So, it has been a lot of work consistently, but now merging these two worlds of like coding and, the quant world and the sports betting world, I feel like a lot of times it's hard to speak the same language as each other. And I am really happy that I have the opportunity to be the bridge for that and allow my work to stand for itself, because it's a lot of work that I do. I mean, obviously, when people, see me online, they see my looks immediately, like the obvious. But truly, like being on Substack and interacting with these writers, and showing them how fast, like I could, and how passionate I am about really, getting good information out into their audience and how fast I could turn things around, has been incredible, truly. Yeah, he did ask, is she a real person? Like right there, like, are you a real person or are you an AI manifestation? I would love for him to come to this live stream one day and actually meet me for real. But I know he's like on the other side of the planet, in a whole completely different time zone. So yeah, he does need to show up here one day, see it for himself, join the daily report, be a part of the whole scene here. I love it because now it's like there is a real person behind all my work and it's me and I work hard and I don't know, it's great, just allowing the work to speak for itself and connecting with other intellects in the community who, I don't know, are all pushing out my articles. I mean, seeing even my new article talking about the anchor model and building your own AI anchor model. This is game theory. This is exactly what I've been talking about on this live stream, on other live streams for, many years. And it was really exciting even seeing someone like Neil Payne push that out in like the top articles that he's read this week for sports. And it's really cool. I love connecting with this community. There's just so many smart people on Substack. So if you're not following along my Substack, what are you doing? You should. It's easy. It's free to join. arielcalista.substack.com. That is, I'm calling it the Daily Report, but it's kind of like an offshoot of the Daily Report. It's diving deeper and yeah, it's really fun. make sure to go give it a follow. Absolutely. Hey there. Here I am. All right. Well, let me get another drink of my coffee. And yeah, just go check out these Substack articles. I know Super James just linked it right in the earlier chat over on the Rumble chat, the Substack. Go check out Neil Payne's Substack as well, and you'll see my article getting mentioned there. And I don't know, it's wonderful, truly wonderful connecting with other passionate sports writers who are following, the data and looking at the analysis and, who've been writing sports content and articles for probably more years than I've been alive, truthfully. So it is really wonderful being a part of this community. I'd love for all of you to join me on Substack. Yeah, that was definitely a reference that went over my head a little bit. Super James. I'll have to look that one up. Yeah, it was minus 20. Yeah, I know. I'm not back on the TikToks anymore because obviously, I just said, my account has gotten canceled more times than I can count, and it's exhausting, putting in a ton of work for a platform that just doesn't care about you. That's why I'm on Substack. That's why I'm in the daily report emails. I don't want to get shut off again, and I definitely don't believe in censorship. I mean, I seriously hate how much social media is censoring people, and TikTok is the worst. All right. Let's dive back into some of these Major League Baseball games. This is my only show that I'm doing, Jeremy. So you could join me in this football season. Of course, right now, you guys know, I'm doing these live streams on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, on Tuesdays. I was doing it Wednesdays, but there's not a lot of games right now. So Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Obviously, things are going to be changing for football season. I will be doing shows on probably like Saturday mornings and Thursday evenings. So just kind of like get that into, remember that, because that's probably what the schedule is going to be like, just so you know for the future. But yeah, not every day. It's not going to be an everyday kind of thing like it used to be. That's for sure. Save that for Tuesdays. You know what pisses me off? Yes. It is ridiculous, Jeremy. Like, I don't know. And it's like, why am I being censored for doing the exact same thing that all these other people are doing? All these other dudes are putting out their picks and everything. But for me, teaching people how to bet responsibly, putting out my personal opinion on a game, not telling people how to bet, but just putting out my own opinion, that gets me canceled for sure. For sure. Because I'm a woman. I don't know. I'm not a dude. I can't help that. Just how I was born. All right, let's talk about this Twins Guardians game at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Oh yeah, well, being in the cannabis industry since 2019, selling over 1 million Delta 8 cartridges, and people actually knowing that has not, definitely not helped my presence on social media, for sure. Oh my God. I remember, my first ever post on TikTok, years and years and years ago, was I was just trying to promote my Delta 8. I was the first to sell 1 million Delta 8 cartridges. I was taking, just some pictures, looking cute, showing people products, and yeah, got banned right away. That was the first time, but I got banned so fast, it was in seconds. Oh, ROI is great right now. Yeah, out of 41.6% ROI this season in baseball with a 68.4% win rate. We've played 212 units. WNBA 38.6% ROI with a 71.9% win rate on 58 units. So we are crushing it. Ooh, Thomas. All right, so let's look at this Twins Guardians game real quick. This is a 4 p.m. Eastern game, and this total's been interesting. It opened up under 7 plus 105, and right now it's sitting at under 7 minus 105, even though there's level 1 money on the over. So that is interesting. It does seem like, there is a little bit of movement against the money here. Yeah, every spot is just holding this under 7 minus 105 pretty much everywhere. So that's interesting. Hasn't quite risen to the level of a play, but it does seem like the sportsbook is moving against some of the money here. At Champs? What do you mean? You literally can't read a newspaper headline. So yeah, no, it's been tough. Thanks, Superfro. Oh yeah, I would love for you guys to get on this win streak. Sorry, I was just catching up on all your comments. I'm like, wait, I was being a little quiet for a second. Yeah, we're winning around here. That's all we do. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. Uh-oh, I hope I don't get banned for saying that. All right, Yankees versus Marlins. This is another 4 p.m. Eastern game. I've been watching this total as well. Like I said, not a ton of run lines in baseball this year that I like, but it's just been kind of like a crappy year for run lines. But I have been hitting these totals a lot in baseball, and I do like seeing how this is moving. This Yankees Marlins game, it opened up under 8.5, minus 115, went to under 8, minus 115 against the level 2 over money. So a lot of money is piling in on over. I guess it's just moving this line under. Yeah, pretty interesting. We'll have to see what happens there, but yeah, you're leaning under. I'm leaning under. This hasn't risen to a level of an action play at this moment for me, but I would say keep your eye on it because it's already moved half a point against the over money. So keep your eye on that. And let's look at this Giants-Mets game. This is another 4 game. Damn, I'm like, is everything at 4 today? And here I was complaining about the WNBA. I feel like everything today is at 4 but there's so many games today that it doesn't, there's gonna be plenty of plays. Okay, so you're leaning towards the Mets here. Really, I was just keeping my eye on the total here. But if you have an angle, feel free to share it. It does look like the Mets run line is sitting at minus 1.5, plus 105 right now. And it opened up at minus 1.5 even money, so starting to move. Actually, not really. I still see it sitting at even money in a lot of spots. No, yeah, no, I don't really see a lot of movement, but I do see a lot of people taking the Mets. I do see some money showing up there for sure. I'm more interested in this over. This over is looking pretty interesting. They owe you. I love it. That's funny. I'm looking at this over 8 minus 110. It went to over 8 and a half minus 110 on over money. So it does look like, that team total might be developing pretty nicely for you, know, because I see this line moving. It's looking like it's starting to move up. There's a lot of over money. The sports book is moving the line in the same direction with the money. So that is pretty interesting. I like seeing that happen. Of course, we still do have 4 hours till the game. So we have plenty of time to watch this. Just make sure the line doesn't fall apart. And it does look like this over is developing though. So I do like seeing that happen. All right, Texas. All right, I'm excited to dive into this game. I have a couple of plays here. In fact, these are literally my strongest plays of the day. It has been a little more slow moving this morning. I've been, kind of, like I said, with a lot of these games, I'm watching the lines, but I'm not even putting them in the action play pile yet. They're just still in like the development stages. But this Texas Seattle game, I actually have two plays that I really like in here. And these, like, out of all the games that I've already talked about, these are the plays that I really like. So right now I am watching the Seattle money line. It opened up at minus 105, went to minus 125. A lot of pros hopped in on the Mariners. So that's interesting. Seeing how that line is moving and seeing all of the pro money hopping in. I like seeing how that moves for sure. And I've been watching this over as well. It opened up over 7, minus 105, went to over 7.5, minus 110, and there's also level 2 money on the over. So I like the over here. It's looking really strong, and I'm liking the Seattle money line as well. So these are two plays that I like in this game, and I actually like this like better than pretty much anything else going on right now. So I yeah, no, I like these plays a lot. It's a lot of pro money jumping in on the Mariners and a lot of money plus the line moving in the right direction for the over. So it's looking like a really good overplay. I like seeing that develop. Especially with the level 2 money on the over, seeing them move this line over. Yeah, just kind of makes sense here. So, alrighty. Um, the Pirates just went. Oh, really? The Pirates just went minus 105 or minus 110 on the minus 2.5 run line versus the Rockies? That is insane. Like, what? I don't think I've ever seen like a minus 110 on a minus 2.5 run line before. These run lines are getting crazy this year, guys. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's not just me. Like, I would be playing more run lines, but that is crazy. Like, a minus 110 on a minus 2.5 run line. Like, come on. I've never seen that before. But it is interesting because it also makes me wonder, when Vegas does things like this that almost like look scary. I mean, sometimes they're even more accurate than they seem. They have the best numbers. And as you guys will read in my Anchor Model article over on Substack, I'm not trying to build a better model than Vegas. I'm not trying to, predict what the final number is going to be better than Vegas. What I'm trying to predict is when Vegas is taking a stand and how to play with the house. It's like a little bit of a good mix of overs and unders, but like I said, this is my strongest play of the day is the over in this Rangers Mariners game and the Seattle money line right now. Those are my strongest plays. Everything else, like I said, it's developing, but it hasn't quite even like risen to a level of an action play yet. So I like those plays like the most, but there are a few things that I'd like to keep my eye on, and you could keep your eye on them with me by signing up for my free daily emails at arielcalista.com. arielcalista.com. Click on the button that says stay in touch. It's free. free. It's easy to join. It goes out every single day. You get my plays of the day, and we have not missed. Oh my Lord. And then you also got pictures of me every single day. So a little fun at the bottom of the email, my top sports stories, coaching corner, health corner, a little bit of everything is in there. And it's just so much fun. So please, please tell your friends, tell your family, tell them to join the daily report. It's like the best gift you could give sports bettors, sports handicappers, or even people who aren't even familiar with sports betting, but maybe they're looking for a second income, maybe they're looking for a side hustle, and the daily report is a great free resource to get started. So yeah. All right, so you're gonna hammer that over. All right, okay, you got that early yesterday. Aw, thank you. I love hearing that from you guys. You guys are the best, and I don't know, I love providing you guys with all of this good information, and I just hope more people, I just hope it gets into more people's hands. Like, seriously, it all starts with this community and with all of you guys here supporting me, showing up to these shows, and it's been wonderful, truly. So thank you so much, everyone. This was all my plays for today. I did want to talk about cannabis, smoke a little bit before I get off, but seriously, those are my strongest plays. And if you want to hang out and listen to my cannabis stories, feel free to stick with me, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I have been growing cannabis this season, and it has been a struggle. I mean, first of all, this has been one of my crappiest grow seasons, for outdoor cannabis ever. All right, thanks, Noel. Seriously, I have had plants this year that are literally this tall that have started budding, literally budding. Now, this is my first time getting some of these auto flowering plants, but they are, I mean, I don't know. One of them is looking pretty decent. I got seeds from a few different, growers this past year, and I found that literally everything I got was so crappy. Literally so crappy. I mean, I had a whole strain where none of the seeds even grew. And I'm like, it's not because I don't know how to grow cannabis. Last year, I had plants that were 12 foot tall. They were literally trying to crawl through my second floor window. They were so big. I mean, crazy. So this year, I have my plants that I grew, from the seeds that I had from the strains that I've been growing last year, and these plants are they're about this big now. So they're not terrible, obviously. They're, yeah, about this tall. I was gonna bring one into the show today, but then it was a little rainy and gross. And then I have other ones that are literally this big. I understand it's been a really crappy grow season, but my plants are only this big. Maybe a little bit bigger, up to here, some of them, but it is nothing like last year. And just so you guys know, I am only 5'3", I'm not that tall. But I had 12 foot tall plants last year, and that's why you guys could see on my website, arielcalista, I have pictures of my plants, and it's just a completely different story this year. It's been so hard growing outdoors this summer, but it's more than that. It's that the seeds that you're getting, I feel like a lot of these people who are selling you seeds are just ripping people off. It's so expensive for seeds, and they don't stand by their seeds. They don't stand by oh, we'll send you replacements if it doesn't grow. It's kind of well, that's on you once you have those seeds. And I don't know, I just think when it comes to that, we just need more transparency. And what I've seen out there has been awful. So seriously, I'm going to try, I just wanted to get some new strains, get some new strains growing, but it's been tough, guys. So I just want to say, anyone who's thinking about growing your own and, you know, starting getting into seeds, feel free to hit me up, because it's been tough out there. And, you know, I'm still experimenting. I'm still trying to find the right, you know, seed provider. But wow, people are getting ripped off out there. And I just wanted to warn you guys, like, there's no reason, never in my life have I seen a plant this big, like literally this big, start budding out and flowering. Like, the thing didn't even grow and it's starting to flower. It's just so odd. So yeah, the seeds suck. Like, they just freaking suck. And I'm so frustrated. So just had to share with you guys my cannabis woes. Every other year I've been able to grow seeds perfectly, but I just think a lot of these people who are producing seeds maybe mutilated or effed up the genetics so bad that it's just crap. And there's so much crap out there. So don't get scammed, guys. Seriously, as someone who's grown cannabis for many years, I've grown it from seeds myself. You know, I know how to do all this stuff. It's been terrible. So yeah. All right, everyone. It was so wonderful seeing you all. Thanks, Super James. Thanks, everyone, for coming into the show and joining me this morning. Let's win some of our wagers today. I love seeing so many of you saying like how you're able to make money now once you start taking my wagers, how you've been learning my strategies by following the free daily emails just by going to arielcalista.com, clicking the stay in touch button. And please give this channel a follow and hit the thumbs up if you really enjoyed this, if you're doing some winning with me, or if you just like hanging out. Like, I really appreciate everyone giving me a thumbs up, pushing me along in the algorithm, whatever that means, and also for subscribing and following along so you could get notified like when I go live. And my next live show will be on Tuesday. But like I said, things will be coming, you know, things will be different for this NFL season. So make sure to follow along with daily updates just by going to arielcalista.com, click on the stay in touch button, and then you got the daily report, which goes out every day with all my sports analysis, news, picks of the day, and pictures of me every day. So much more. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up multiple times. I love it. All right. I will see you all on Tuesday. Good luck. Let's win some wagers. And I will see you all next time. Thanks for stopping by. Mwah.